What is up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers video review. And the figure I'm taking a look at today is the Generations, I guess this was Thrilling 30s, maybe? Generations, Sandstorm. Anyhow. But yeah, so this is basically a retool of the Thrilling 30s Springer. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I really liked that figure. I liked him a lot. I thought he was a fantastic figure. And I think that this being, 90% that figure is also a fantastic figure. But the only thing that I don't really care about them is that they both look damn near the same. And as different as the figures look, and they're supposed to, as different as the characters are supposed to look, and as different as their all modes are supposed to look, and everything like that, like, I didn't really care for the fact that they were basically the same figure. And so I was really pleased when they came out with a Siege Springer that is markedly different in all respects, and so I like that. So I got this one, replaced my my Thrilling 30s one. He went to a good home. Actually, a buddy of mine has him now, so I don't mourn his loss. But yeah, this guy is, I like him a lot. Kind of lanky, long in the arms. Or long in the legs. Actually, kind of long in the arms, too. But, But the engineering is really fun, and he is super cool looking. Good head sculpt on him. I like the big rotor fan / wheels going on. The yellow and orange is kind of reminds me of an old McDonald's kids meal toy, the one that transforms, but I guess that was about the time that I first, laid eyes on a Sandstorm. Was about when those toys were coming out, so maybe that's why they're imprinted together in my neurons. But yeah, just digging the whole thing overall. But in terms of accessories, he comes with one weapon. It is this weapon right here. It is just a little blaster cannon doohickey thingamajig. He does have a missile that fires. You just take and squeeze this guy here, and that will pop out through not through springs, but there's like little plastic bits in here that bend, and when they push past this this little knob here, this little ball part, then the force of that snapping back together on the other side propels it, and it works. It works pretty well. It works pretty well and doesn't rely on a spring, so it's not going to rust over time, and it's not under tension while it's in there, so it's not going to like accidentally fire. That's always been my biggest issue with missiles. I generally am down on the books as hating missiles and hating electronics in my toys, and the reason why I hate missiles is because they're usually under tension, and so they're keen on having that triggering mechanism fail and unexpectedly launch your spring somewhere around, or like be like really finicky. You like sneeze on it wrong and they launch the springs, the missile somewhere across the room, and then you lose it forever. I've had a couple like that. So if you got to do missiles, this is actually, I think, one of the best ways to do it. But that will smack into his hand just like so. 5mm port holds it just fine. He's in his ratcheted elbows. Looks good while doing it. But yeah, it's a great looking figure. I like it a whole lot. But let's get down to his articulation. So his head is on a ball joint. It'll look down, it'll look up, it'll rotate freely. strangely enough, there's really no confused Sandstorm look to him at all. His arms will rotate around on this joint here, though of course they will be blocked by these wing parts. They'll come out on, there's like a little, is that a ball joint in there? I think that is. Yeah, like a little ball joint inside there, and then also you've got this hinge. So it'll come out for the full tree pose. May have to whack his head with his shoulder a bit, but it will come out for the full tree pose. He has a bicep swivel here, a single bend at the elbow for 90 degrees. That is strongly ratcheted, by the way. Rotation at the wrist, and then the wrist, due to transformation, will move in and out a little bit. That may be a little bit of an issue when you're like trying to get his gun pointed in the right direction, because of course this wants to rotate in the hand, being a round peg, and this wants to rotate there because it just does. But you can deal with it. I believe in you. Rotation at the waist. Interestingly enough, his entire undies section is painted black. Leg kicks forward that much, kicks backwards that much, goes out for the full Van Damme. He's got a rotation at the thigh, single jointed bend at the knee for 90 degrees of bend. No articulation at the foot. Like, you can move the heel a little bit, but it's not super solid. Of course, there's, transformation bits, but those don't really count. But all in all, it's all right. He's a little funky to stand properly because he's a little bit back heavy, but you just kind of, bend his knees a little farther than you think they could. You get him a real aggressive A stance in the Transformers animated style knee position, and it works out. It works out and it looks fine. So, but this guy is a triple changer, so like normal, I will whip out a coin. Today I will simply be using this quarter. So heads will do his dune buggy mode, and tails will do his helicopter mode. And looks like tails it is, so helicopter mode. So to get this guy transformed into his helicopter mode, we will start with the feets, and we will just take these and snap them in together. You want to fold up his feet all the way. There's like a detent in here. This foot actually kind of moves between positions. And you want to move it all the way up. These are going to peg together. There's like a little, it's not like a click, but there's a little bit of a motion here on the leg that will allow these legs to actually sit in flush with each other. So, and we are going to reverse bend the knees as much as we can. We'll take this and put this, I guess this stays forward for this mode, doesn't it? Whew, I should have practiced. I feel like I should have practiced before doing this. I haven't transformed this guy in years. We're going to open this and throw that in there. We're not going to move this fin out. This fin is going to stick out for vehicle mode. Let's do the other hand while we're at that. Bring this up and swing that around. Let's take this cockpit area, disconnect that, and swing this up. This will allow us to put the head all the way down into the body. And we're going to keep this back here. There's a tab and a slot. keep that all pegged together. Does this stay in for this mode? Gosh, I don't know offhand. Like I said, it's been years since I've transformed this particular figure. Tab those in there. Do we want to move these? I think I want to move these down into the middle section, actually. I didn't seem to be having enough clearance for that, so. Boom and boom. Pretty certain that's it. And this guy here, so it's got a landing gear here, but this will replace that. Going in. Right into this little, I don't know if you can see this tiny little tab right on the end of this little part, and that clips right into here. And there you go. And you've got Sandstorm in his little flying quadcopter, well, not quadcopter, but like hecacopter thingamajig. I suppose I can move everything around to get lined up a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, it's not the same sort of like weird, I don't know. It kind of looked like an Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile. The original like helicopter-ish mode. So it's not quite that, but I think it looks really good. And it's got the like little rotor things, and you can move them out a little bit and rotate them, and of course these spin because they be tires. A little, you know, gappy in the bottom, but he's got actual landing gear. You can land him on his landing gear. But yeah, that's it for that. No other play features there, though. Of course, you can still launch this little missile. But anyhow, to get him into his Dune, well, hold on a second. Let me, before I forget, I did want to compare it with the Siege one. Yes, I do have the Generations rotor on it still, because A of all, I think it's a much better looking rotor, and B of all, I had two of them, so when I let my other one go, it was still complete, and then this one had an extra one, so yeah, boy. But yeah, there they are in their modes. Again, they don't look anything alike, and I like that. I like that a lot. Anyhow, to get this guy transformed up into his Dune buggy mode, we're going to pull that off. Basically how this is going to go is that these parts are going to move forwards. That's going to come up. Well, let me open this up and open this up and move this all back like so. That way these windshield parts can kind of, they're not like really gonna like clip in together, but they'll kind of, you know, go into the right neighborhood. These are gonna come down, and you'll tuck those verticals right underneath the thighs, and these will close down on top of that. And then these guys here are going to click up into place, separate these feet part, and then these will bend all the way around. And basically what you want to do is, when you have this all in place, come on, get all in place. This tab right here is going to fit into a slot that's on that arm, and it'll just kind of sit home like that. This will come around and then just slide into place right there. And that's basically one side all done. So let's do the same on the other side. Bring this down and around. Slap that tab into there like so. Make sure that these stay locked together. This will swing around and flatten into place. And then this guy will come in and sit here. And then this guy will come in and sit on top. And then these will go over the side, and you'll have like little window covers there. You'll take these and swing them all the way around, and then this will tab in to that little hollow in here. You've got a slot here and a tab there. And there you have him in his vehicle mode with his gun on top, because every dune buggy needs a gun. Go ahead, ask me how I know. I dare you. Well, I don't know, but I can speculate, damn it. But anyhow, very nice little car. Rolls well, even though it's got this like big in the back and low in the front stance, which makes it look cool. It rolls very well. It has no clearance issues whatsoever. Gosh, you can even... Nope. Well, nope. But yeah, it'll roll just fine with all sorts of... no real undercarriage issues at all. And this will rotate around if you want. And I dig it. I dig it a whole lot. I dig it a heck of a lot. There he is with the Siege one. So again, I like that they all look different, you know? That's a big up from me, but anyhow, unfortunately, this has been, many years since this figure has come out. I believe that this is kind of a hot commodity. Probably expect to find it somewhere between, I don't know, $50 and $80 online. So if this is a potential love of your life, you may, you probably already have one, but B, you may need a little work getting one, but I heartily recommend it, actually. But anyhow, that's been it for me. Everybody, thanks for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya.